They're on a 3-game losing streak. They've got the Patriots and the Saints next up. It is on the table that the Pittsburgh Steelers missed the playoffs. It is on the table that they end up this season at 8-7-1, miss the playoffs. The Ravens hop them in the division, and then they're home in January saying, how the hell did that go all wrong? And Tomlin's snafu with admitting that Roethlisberger was ready to go and he held him out is going to be held against him as, see, the moment it got too big or it got away from him. He couldn't stop the bleeding. And a little bit like Mike McCarthy, yes, you've won a Super Bowl. Yes, you've been there a long time. Yes, there's been a lot of winning, but at some point it runs aground. At some point, the tenure runs its course. It's in play, but I don't think they're going to fire Mike Tomlin. And here's why. History. In my lifetime, they've never fired a head coach. Chuck Noll retired. Now, maybe that was a slight nudge because by the end, Noll was not nearly as effective. But Chuck Noll coached this franchise for 20 years, from the late 60s to the late 80s, really early 90s, so 25 years. Chuck Noll retired, Bill Cowher retired, and now there's Mike Tomlin. And Mike Tomlin ain't retiring. This will be the first coach they fire, officially fire, since the late 60s. The next coach they fire will be the first coach they fire since the late 60s. Does that sound probable? Does that sound likely? It doesn't to me. If they have stood by Tomlin after other busted seasons, after losing to the Jaguars last year, after consistently losing to the Patriots, I got a tough time believing they're not going to do it again. Yes, this feels like ground zero for the moment Tomlin couldn't get it back, and maybe they lose the next 2 games, they miss the playoffs, and finally you say, look, that can't happen and Tomlin's gone. But that means history will have been made in Pittsburgh, that they will finally fire a head coach. And I'm just not willing to put my money on that.